As usual, first of all, I'm going to start with the body, prepping that, and then moving on to painting it before moving on to all the other separate parts and pieces. So firstly, I'm starting with the engraving tool to scribe out all of the panel lines, making them a bit deeper, a bit wider, and a bit more pronounced so they won't completely disappear after I apply a couple coats of paint. The panel lines are now taken care of, so I can move over to the mold lines. These are firstly marked off to give me a visual on where all of them are, and then the black is used as a guide coat to see when I can stop sanding, because when the black marker is gone, so should the mold line be as well. Once all of the mold lines were gone, I could move on to sanding the entire body down with a 600 grit sanding sponge to make it nice and even and also give it a bit of a bite for the primer and paint layers to stick to it a bit better. I forgot to add this final piece to the side before, so I still had to do that. I just glued it in place and then filled it with some super glue to act as a filler on all of those seams, then sanded that smooth and moved on to primer. Firstly, all the hard to reach, easy to forget spots, and then a couple light coats on the rest of the body. So some of you might be aware of this problem, others might not. With the body being molded in a red plastic, it is really hard to paint it in other colors than red if you're using a hot paint. Hot meaning a lacquer-based paint that can attack the plastic like Zero paints. It's a bit on the hot side and can work with the plastic sometimes if you're not careful and apply the paint too thick, so be sure to apply thin coats and maybe add even a couple more coats of primer to fully cover that red up before moving to either a silver base before you apply a color or just move on to your color. Now if you're going to paint it in a red or orange, you shouldn't really be that worried, as that will pretty much just fade away with the rest of the body color. if anything was to bleed through. After applying that second coat of primer, the red was pretty much all covered. Just to be sure, I added a third coat, waiting about 10 minutes in between, giving it a bit more time to dry and cure to the plastic and not be as aggressive. The third coat is applied, the red is pretty much all gone, and just to be sure, I added a silver coat in between the primer and the color coat to be absolutely certain, or as certain as I can be with these things, that the red would not bleed through. This is just an extra layer of protection. You could have also just painted it black, but I've never tried that, and the silver method has worked for me in the past, so I figured I'd try it again. I applied one coat, let it sit for about 10 minutes in between, and then applied a second coat to get a nice even coverage all over the body. After I had finished applying this second coat of silver, I actually kind of liked the look of the silver and was tempted to just leave it there. Now, I made some bad choices and I did not leave it with the silver. I chose a Lamborghini color from that era, and that was pretty much a mistake. Now, I'm not saying it looks terrible, but I'm not really sure of the overall look in the end. It's a cool, funky looking color, but I'm not sure if it's for this car. However, it's a model car and not a real Miura in the end, so mistakes can be made and we can just live and learn and move on to the next one, right? So I started applying the first coat on those hard to reach, easy to forget spots, and then onto the rest of the body, just to see that it doesn't really cover all that nicely. So I'm just taking it slow and not forcing it on the body, just applying some light thin coats. So the first coat was applied very lightly, and again I gave it about 10 minutes in between coats, still keeping in mind that the plastic underneath is red and I don't want to go too aggressive. So I'm applying the second coat in pretty much the same fashion I did the first, just going light and slow and not trying to cover it immediately. Same goes for the third coat. After the second coat you can already start to see it covering nicely, and the third coat is just to finish it off and fully cover the body with this color. Now again, I'm not a big fan of it. Maybe you'll like it. It's a bit funky and on the out there side, so at least I tried, I guess. But for the next one, I'll probably be a bit more conservative on the color choices. On this one, I'm just going to go all out and finish the interior in a similar style, but you will have to wait and see in the next episode. Now, if you are aware of these Miuras and you know the looks of them, they also needed some silver or gold accents on the sides to match with the wheels. Now I decided a gold would be a bit too much, and I don't think it will look that good with this exterior color, but I could be wrong on that as well. I've been wrong in the past before, so I decided to go with silver. The entire body was masked off, and then I applied a couple light coats of silver before removing the masking tape and moving on to the clear coat. I let the silver dry for a couple of minutes before I moved on to mixing the clear coat and started applying that on the hard to reach, easy to forget spots first, and then a couple coats on the rest of the body, just going nice and thick to get even coverage and a nice shine. first coat is on and it's already getting a nice shine. The color is popping out nicely as expected when I applied the color. It's still not what I thought it would be. However, you make mistakes, you live and learn, and we just move on and keep going. This one is going to be entirely a 60s, 70s style car, so keeping that in mind, I think it kind of suits the build. However, a yellow or orange, even though that would be a really boring and standard color for the car, would not have been a bad choice either. But learn from my mistakes and just do whatever you want, pretty much. The second coat and also the final coat of clear is on. It's all nice and smooth all over, and it really gets this color to pop out nicely. I'm just going to leave it for 2 to 3 days to cure, and in the meantime I'm going to move on to the interior. So by now you know what I think of the color, but I'm curious what you guys think of the color. Do you think it's as bad as I think it is, or am I still pretty much on the safe side? Let me know down in the comments below either way, positive or negative. I want to see your opinions on this and what I can learn from it for the next build.